and good afternoon. My name is Reifschlager, and I'm here to discuss career path selection with you today. You may be seated. Here you go. Please take a look at the handout. Feel free to laugh out loud. My favorite cartoon is the one on the top right. It depicts a man attempting to take the easy way for starting his career path. If it were only as easy as taking a pill, well, we wouldn't be here today. Today I'm going to be discussing with you the steps on how to decide on a career or change your career path. University of Iowa graduate Amy Hoover states, choosing a career is a difficult decision for many people. People who have trouble deciding what career to choose have plenty of options available. Career path selection is a process that involves many different aspects and should ultimately prove rewarding. We will begin with the first part of the career selection process in which you determine who you are. By determining who you are, I mean figuring out your personal skills, things you enjoy doing. You can simply ask yourself the question, what do I like to do? And you can brainstorm your ideas of hobbies, your personal interests, any kind of sports you participate in. After you determine the things you're interested in, you can determine your skill sets. Merriam-Webster defines a skill as the ability to do something that comes from training, experience, or practice. The abilities you utilize to perform the things you enjoy are your skill sets. From there, you can define your character traits. Richard Orr describes character traits as whether you like dealing with people, what mental stimulation you need, whether you like physical work, your emotional makeup, how you handle stress and other emotions, and what sort of environment you would like to work in. If you need additional help on developing character traits, there are many online tests that can assist you, such as the Big 5 personality test. Next, we will look at field selection. Selecting a field to work in involves outlining your interest, researching, and networking. All careers fall into one of 6 career fields. If you're just starting to explore careers, career fields are a good place to start. While exploring these fields, keep in mind your character traits. A few examples of career fields are business, engineering, and sales. Now that you have your list of fields, you can start to research. You'll want to know what type of work you can expect to be performing. A good place to start is the internet. If you're attending college, you can also visit a counselor on your campus. And finally, networking is just another important part of field selection. It will help you learn more about the field and what kind of work you're going to be performing. It involves communicating with others that have similar field interests. Start talking about what you like, and you will eventually find others that like to do it as well. Next, we will look at the last part of career path selection. Education and training are vital to your career goals, and they help ensure success. You can plan what's next when you know what you need. There are some jobs that only require certificates. These can generally be attained at local colleges, schools, or online. A good example of certification type of work is a real estate agent. Other jobs may require more formal training in which you will need to get some type of degree. These are more program-oriented, thus more time-consuming. Finding the right school or certification center for your training needs is also important. Advisor Professor Robert Finley says it is best to talk with an advisor at the school or certification center so they may guide you on the curriculum. This will help save the student time and keep them on track. A stressful part of education component is deciding how you will finance it. There are many options. You can apply for grants and student loans through the federal government. You can also work for a company that will contribute, or you can even participate in work-study programs. These will both help keep your tuition costs down. Now let's summarize. George Purdy suggests when deciding your professional path, you should consider your strongest skills with your individual preferences. From there, you can select a career field that will suit your particular interests. Lastly, you will begin to pursue your dream job by getting the knowledge you need to do the work. Finding a new career can be a stressful experience, but you will find with proper research and preparation, the process is much easier. I wish everyone luck in their career endeavors. Anybody have any questions for me?
I do.
Yes.
What made you decide to develop this process?
Well, I actually am in my mid-30s, and during my 20s, I was doing something that I thought was going to be lucrative and decided that that probably wasn't where I wanted to be. And I started researching and deciding, I need to change, and how do I go about changing it? And just online and kind of going through the process myself, I discovered how to go about it, and now here I am in school and on to a new career. Any other questions?
Yes, I have one.
Yes.
Did you find any particular part of the process more difficult than others?
Yes, I did actually. The hardest part for me was the first part, and that was just realizing what I'm good at and who I am and how I could translate those into what I was going to eventually end up doing. So again, I found it easiest to make a list of all the things that I was interested in and how those could translate into what I was going to be able to do for my career. Anybody else? Okay, well, I appreciate you all being here. Thank you, and have a good evening.